Ah. Hey, hi, howdy, hello. It has been a minute since I've been able to play this. Because right when I was getting into it, that Star Rail update dropped, and I had to do that. I couldn't let that rest. I've just grinded materials, like, I didn't do a damned thing otherwise. We're gonna go through some of these, so I can unlock the ability to promote again, though. Yeah. It's nice. Nice to be able to play card games. Especially when I'm busted as hell for what it wants me to do. Because I did bother to get everyone to a reasonable level. And I think this team works pretty well. She specifically carries it very well. I don't remember her name already. I'm a bad person. Veronica! Veronica with Grenade works very well because she has a lot of upgrade cards she wants to use. Dang. Bombardment prep. Pendant of Resolution. Put up this little shield here. Shoot this guy. Then the shelling ballista come out. Probably should have looked at it, see what this does. Now! Now what? Hey, Goblin. Finally healing in the form of a merman. Well, I'm happy I'm doing that for you. No idea what she's saying. Probably something. We're way overleveled for these, but I didn't want to do them off screen and, you know, ruin the surprise of promotion or something. I don't know. Alright, just kill the guy outright. Bombardment prep. Alright, that was some kind of curse. Determination, and you're dead. Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk. All red also seems to be the type they just want you to use for all this stuff. So these three are working decently well. Say, on paper, this deck has a very high average cost. Functionally, it's a lot lower, because a lot of that's upgrades that don't end up getting used more than once. They're just out of the deck after that. And it's actually got a lot of quick AoE in it, thanks to that.
準備完了です。少し痛いですよ。
大当たりです。どうしよう。打ちましょうか。コアルスキー卿、これでいいですよね。私が行きます。はっ。落ち着いて。はっ。
That a bunch of shields. Don't think we need that just now. Kill a guy, shoot another one. Say guy, it's a bug. Thing about these is I don't have to care that much about how much damage I take.
待機します。指示を。準備完了です。そよ風を集めて待機します。指示を。
私が行きます。誰も怪我させない。撃ちます。
Like, you really don't need healers for this, I think. Got a lop-eared bunny girl? I guess that is what that is, yeah. Yeah, I got her just... I think she was my guaranteed. I'm a big fan of characters who have a weapon larger than themselves. Especially if it's a gun or a crossbow in this case. I think that's a bow gun, technically. It's magic, I don't see her really... She has a reload as a mechanic, but she doesn't have to, like, really draw it back. And I love how she's kind of passive damage, especially with how she's currently built. In this case, Wind Slash is absolutely the right call. I love Bombardment Prep, but... Wind Slash is so strong. Got the kill, too. And that's the kill. No, that's fine. Need your opinion on your Guilty Gear Strive. As someone who, is terrible at most fighting games, I don't think I'm gonna be much help. But you can ask. Beryl and the Bunny Girl use large weapons bigger than themselves. Beryl. Yeah, I don't know the names too well yet. Firing prep. Let me think. If the killing ballista hit, yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Girl that has chocolate to draw 3. Again, I'm not sure I have that character. I haven't used too many because I haven't gotten to play much. Because I basically just ran farming whenever it was off screen. Now, I didn't roll either because that's content. Bombardment prep. Okay, one down. The other one's a pretty durable, though. Counterattacks will help. Get rid of all that, unfortunately. But I've still got... No. Get all of these, then I can do the promotion mission. Help the Wolf Platoon, right? Iron Rain has requested a reassessment of your ship's Chaos Operation abilities. Pass the evaluation, you'll be granted the title of Intermediate Captain. I'll be able to promote and level up everyone again. They want me to have a different type, but, think I can handle this? This team's pretty strong right now. Pretty strong. Shellbug. Beneficial effect grants shield until it has taken damage a certain number of times. Alright.
待機します。触れさせません。準備完了です。風は止まりません。
Luckily I can do damage a number of times. Owie.
待機します。そよ風を集めて。
私が行きます。
Put these out. This really is a passive damage team right now. Bonk. Now what's good is that grenade actually does work. Like her first item. Because I have to spend so much energy on that, but that guarantees that that early energy spent isn't just messing me up. Do. Ooh, shields are not going great right now. But let's get what we can. Single-edged Reptatus. Dual-edged Reptatus. Devour the summoned monsters with Devour and grow stronger by that amount. Ah! That right. Determination. Well, no summoned monsters for you. I made them explode. Or no devouring. Hey, you don't get to keep them either, for that matter.
待機します。指示を準備完了です。待機します。これで安全なはずです。準備完了です。風は止まりません。
Yeah, I know, but I wanted the shield. And more reload for her. Instant execution. Didn't work. We're still alive. Not so instant, was it?
待機します。指示を。はあ、吹き飛ばします。
There we go. Ha ha!
ちょっと照れますね。皆さんのおかげです。
Alrighty. Yeah, I unlocked hard mode in this. I'll do that another time, I think. Yeah, I have hard mode of only of chapter 1, noted. Can now do chapter 3, but I think I should do chapter 3 story before I worry about that. Or unlock chapter 3 story. Now let's get my favorite team up better. And I got another promotion to do before I can do that. Oh yeah. Get some money? Sure, I guess. I think I actually ground up enough for everyone to get their thing at least once. Oh yeah, I didn't do memory fragments that much, simply because I genuinely couldn't tell what was good for people, and I kept being too lazy to pick something up. And I figured defense for a character with defense scaling was probably a good place to start. Oh yeah, I got stuff for you. Upgrade cards you use increase damage amount in the next 5 passion cards you use. Yeah, I thought Spark of Passion was good for her, and Blackwing just as another thing to have. At least thought of that much.
お気遣いありがとうございます。館長のおかげです。
Extra stats and extra money. Nice little things to have. Go ahead and promote everyone. It's not like it's hard to get this stuff for me. At least all the characters I know I use. Give me money. I did at least get Ray freed up. Like, the story acted like I'd already done it, so I figured no reason not to. There weren't any... there was just a little almost cutscene you do. Yeah, I got a slightly better set for her. I still don't think... I don't know. Her performance did not impress me, but maybe it was the people I had her out with. Because I just put it of, like, the 3 people who didn't have... a build yet. Yeah, Barrel. I do have Barrel. She also has a cool big gun. Don't remember how she works as a card. Yeah, that chocolate to draw 3, which I couldn't find anything to do with, frankly. Like, all her cards cost so much that I need, for a lot of draw to be worth it, I need some way to mana cheat, essentially. And I don't see a way to do that as yet. The thing is, a lot of the cards in your hand don't do anything, because you're so limited by everything else. That updated. What are my achievements? We've gotten to level 30. There's only one of those? Okay. 2 weeks. Oh yeah, Forbidden Catalyst. I don't know how story heavy that is, but I'll get to chapter 2 now at least. Let's see. Mission success rate 90%. Loss rate 100%. Absurdity of her, the absurdity of her plans. Wait, can this actually work? The SS Nightmare is safe. Although there is no full-scale battle, we need an ally we can get. Any ally we can get. Episode 1, Arc Triomphe. Sup, Renoa? Renoa is absolutely a character I want. I don't care if she's good, she's the waifu character, and therefore I need her. I'm absolutely positive I will eventually, because she's in the general pool, and the general stuff you're just supposed to roll whenever you have it. Cool, we weren't blasted out of the sky by a cult. Small victories. Was anyone in that shelter?
幸い現在は未使用区域に
Alright, good.
人的被害はありません
Okay. Literally the first question I asked.
全面戦争は避けることができたわね
Yeah, there's that.
確かな証拠もなく同じ帝国の艦船を攻撃するなんて
Well, his name is Judas, so I don't think we should trust him too
どう
much.
いうつもりかしらそうですね十字架といえば
Renault is good for the events, since they're void element.
知られていますけど
Alright. Maybe after this chapter I'll do a little gacha rolling.
私のせいで困った状況に置かれたようですね
Apparently, this character, apparently not greatly done, because he's like, based off the actual CEO, and he's kind of a self-insert for the CEO, and it starts getting noticeable going forward. He's that smiling, squinty character who you can never trust, which usually is a fun trope, but people are dissatisfied with the story in general, so...
私たち全員の判断で決めたことなので謝る必要はありませんルイス艦
これは感動しました
艦長これからどうするの
We head to Trion.
作戦室にそうね先に行って悪いことはないと思うわ作戦室に通信をつなげますつながりました艦長連絡もなしにどうしたの
Oh, this character already. The character with the oversized, stuffed animal. Drama equals free pulls? Absolutely. Yeah, you're thinking with your head there, Pikachu.
その連絡を今していますロージーさん
I remember, I mean, I wasn't there for this, because it was apparently just on the JP servers at first. When FGO first came out, there was so much maintenance that people genuinely, it was a great source of gacha pulls, because they had to do so much unscheduled maintenance on the game.
あれレノアも一緒なのなんかやだね面と向かって失礼な発言をするのは相変わら
Like,
ず
the Japanese fandom still talks about it in hushed whispers. Of how it was both great and terrible.
だっていつもレノアが艦長と私の仲を邪魔するから
Ah, we're doing this plotline. Cool.
それはロージーさんが艦長を見るとすぐに飛びつくからです
They gotta sell the game, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I mean, Epic 7, they very directly avoid doing this at all. Like, Ras is the most, like, sexless character I think I've ever seen be the protagonist of a gacha game. They don't do that. Nothing. Not even once. There's a specific character who talks in only innuendos, but it's supposed to be weird.
とにかく定期報告を早めに行おうと思いますああ、あの話が通じない十字架のせいねわかった処理しとくねもう情報が入っているのですかありがとうございますねえ艦長聞いてる挨拶の一言もしてくれないのかな
Alright, y'all were just going right at it, right off the bat. There was no place for me to interject with a hello.
声が聞けたからいいよあ、これ予告だけどね室長がちょっと怒ってるから気をつけてね
Oh, what?
通信が終了しました
The operator... I think the operator is like an AI without a proper name. I'm surprised they bothered to animate the PNG then. Or make it a PNG and not a GIF. Other way around, whatever.
聖戦十字会が帝国の艦船を攻撃したんだから当たり前のことかもねどれどれおかしいですねサーチしても何も出てきません
I'm sorry. They opened fire on an Imperial vessel in broad daylight. No one knows anything?
これが噂で聞いた言論統制。
Are they suppressing it?
別に目を輝かせるようなことじゃないでしょ、オーウェン。
あ、すみません。
言論統制か。
Operations doesn't want it leaking yet?
ってこと？
Why not? This only looks bad for the Holy See.
観察部も対策を講じたのでしょ
I guess they don't want any information about Lewis getting out. He's supposed to be kind of a secret.
う。聖戦十字会が要求しているのは私ですからね。
その可能性もあるわね。観察部としても厄介事でしょ。
I guess it is useful to just deny it all happened, and the Holy See isn't gonna fight that because they look bad.
ここまで完璧に秘密が守られているってことは、もしかしたら両方かもしれません。
その可能性が一番高いでしょう。
それじゃあ艦長、トライオンに停泊するわ。
Sounds good.
トライオンにドッキング要請を送って。了解。箱舟トライオンにドッキング要請を送ります。承認されました。
Alright, good. We do not need to be denied that. Once we dock, Renault and I will go in
お
alone.
願いできますか。
I'm not sure why.
いい考えね、艦長。トライオンのあの空気は人を疲れさせるから。なんなら私も外してほしいというところよ。
None of y'all want to come. That's fair.
そう行います。ここはいつ来ても陰気臭い空気ね。
そうですか？私はかなり明るいと思っていましたが。
変わった思考をお持ちですね、ルイス監察官。
よく言われます。
You're a weirdo, Lewis. Yeah, I know.
私は観察部に用事がありますので、これで。助けが必要なことがあればご連絡ください。
Noted.
はい。では、失礼いたします。
You go have fun, weirdo.
作戦室に向かう足がこんなに重たく感じるのは。
Which part do you think they're gonna be mad at? That we got fired on by a Holy Sea vessel? Or that you and I almost died? And we broke and I kind of broke protocol to make part of that happen. We'll be fine.
が起こっている時点で大したことになってるってことよ、艦長。
I mean, possibly. Before we know it, we arrive at the doors of the Protos Operation Office. Archaeanon. Archaeanon? Archaeanon?
じゃあ、
あ
行きましょうか。
Let's go. The nightmare is ongoing. Stop! Stop! I don't care. Stop! Stop! No. Ugh. Yeah, dog. Let's, what was I doing? Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of gotcha pulling. This character is pure goon bait. We'll do some of our, combatant rescue. Guaranteed 5-star in the next 70 rescues. Yeah, that free one. Veronica I already have, and I like her playstyle. I'm sure she'll be obsolete in like 3 characters. That's how release characters tend to go in gacha games. Partner rescue. Should probably do this up to 70. Need to get a curtain. Yuki's pretty mad, to be honest. Yeah, her like little, what was it? Her like preview did not capture me. It was like, I felt like in the team they put her in, she was doing the least to help it. They did not sell me on her. No. I want... I either want Kairon, because this just straight up is Kairon from Epic 7, or Renoa, because me like Renoa. I only get to do the guaranteed once, so I mean, I also have to spend 300 to get it. 10 rescues. Okay. Hello again. Sup? Oh, hey. An extra Owen. I'll not say no to him. I use Owen. More memory code's cool. Ooh, ooh. Something good. Ritochka. Definitely check what you do. You knew. Alright, I'm not allowed to check what it does from here. That's a really dumb thing they need to fix. Manifest Ego 1. Damage and shield gain of the Gale Strike card increased 50%. Yeah, that's pretty good. Da-da-da. Look at that new partner that dropped. Dropping by to say hi? Hey, Challenger! Thanks for dropping in. I realize this game's probably not in your, not on your list of things you're too into, so thanks for just saying hello. Assigned combatants attack cards with a cost of 2 or more deal 10% more damage. Start of the turn, one of the assigned combatants attack cards gains 5% damage for every point of the total cost of attack cards. Okay, that'd go on a... Who would that go on? Go ahead, bring it up to 10, no reason not to. And promotion, it's easy to get those. The gray level ones, at least. Should definitely upgrade the ones that my good characters have equipped right now. Yeah, this I put on her because it's just a defense upgrade. And I have ways of making vulnerable, so this actually works decently well on her. Little more defense and health. Every point counts. Okay, this is the only ranger one I have, really. The attack up, and, yeah, that extra effect is pretty decent. Stats are stats. What is my Chivo? Partner to level 30. Cool. And rescue 60 agents. Ah, commemorative ribbon. More of those things. Hey, that's interesting. Okay, so on characters, it seems to be you're guaranteed to get a 5-star on your first one, and I think it's a 50-50 if you'll get the rate up one. But on partners, it's guaranteed to be the rate up one. I think that's for the best. Because you don't need to be doing that out on part. Like, this is the thing you need to be mechanically useful. This is the thing you need to sell. Let's do one more of these, then do a little more story. More Yuri. Hola. Hey, traveler. Start with a full belly. Rachel. See if she's any good. New partner. Non-combatant skill card shield gain is increased by 10%. That's not bad. Non-combatant gains shield, 20% chance to gain counterattack. Hmm. And I think this is capped out on its ego. Yeah, 4 is the cap. Checking if there's any more of these. Like, I might as well cap out the ego on at least one of each of these things. Weird amount of screen tearing on that. How things be? Things be okay. Strategy and oversight. It's 01-1. Sub-story. Alright, you're cool as hell. Lewis. Inspector Lewis. Ah. Yes, I'm listening, Director. The Chief Inspector, okay. Seem a bit distracted. Unusually so. You watch Frankenstein? Not yet. I kept forgetting. See if I can do it soon, though. I might watch it with family over Thanksgiving. That'll be something to bring up. There's something that isn't included in the report? No, I was just recalling the conversation we had a little while ago. Trelon is quite a lively city, isn't it? And I gaze out the window and listen to your monotonous voice. Zara doesn't appreciate jokes. Seems it has to be mentioned to the inspector every time. There was a conflict with the Sacred Sea. During that process, the SS Nightmare of the Central Police protected you. Central Office protected you, is that true? Of course, there are no lies in the report. Sarah doesn't enjoy jokes after all. Instant execution. Yep. I've got those things. Between Seribot and, honestly, Automod is doing its job too, on some of these. Let me see who got it this time. That one was Seribot, but I've noticed Automod catching some of them first. I do not abide that crap. So Judas seems to have misunderstood things. Espionage. Leaked confidential information. These are the words the Investigations Bureau always hears. They're also words we shouldn't hear. Especially when it comes to matters outside of duty. You handle quite uncharacteristic things. Art's been going well? Awesome. What was that? What was that thing you were making? Wait, was that you? There was someone who was making, like, some kind of Absolute-styled comic. Or was talking about it. I don't know. It feels like a while ago I last heard of it. Absolute Sonic. That's right. I thought that was what it was, but I was second-guessing myself. That's odd. Why did Sir Judas have such a misunderstanding? Unless the Sacred Sea holds some sort of grudge against the Investigations Bureau. Want to see Demon Eggman? I mean, find a new challenger. You see some. Not a full comic, but designs and little art pictures every now and then. It's still a cool concept. Like, even just that much could spiral into something so fun. Mostly doing designs right now. Could do some fun doodles in the future. I gotta look more at your Blue Sky to see some of those designs you might have already done. Not Demon, obviously, but Eggman doing something, I'm sure. Refrain from making hasty statements. If that were the case, the Central Office wouldn't be able to sit idly by. Of course, I just wanted to assert my innocence. You're innocent, Inspector Lewis. Surely you don't think the Investigations Bureau was unaware of what you did with the Holy Crusaders? I never intended to evade your observation, Chief. That's why I even left hints that only our Bureau would recognize. So it's true you orchestrated this plot. You never intended to betray the Empire. Is that what you're trying to say, Inspector Lewis? The corruption within the Holy Crusaders, the acts they committed in the Empire's name, weren't they all real? Have a specific vision for Absolute Eggman. Be a hard sell for some in terms of design and background. It's an idea you want to get to and you think will be cool. One thing about Eggman that's always interesting to me, especially Eggman in the comics, is that he still has that really silly design, but they managed to make him look menacing and downright scary in spite of it a lot of the time. I'm curious if that's a direction you want to take with Absolute Eggman. Having him still look kinda silly, but there being a menace behind it. Imagine you made a ton of nightmare-fueled, terrifying versions of the other villains, and Eggman was still just Eggman. That would be pretty funny. Here's the thing, Eggman, in terms of fiction, he's still one of the most powerful villains. Not by any kind of physical strength he possesses by himself, but by the sheer magnitude of what his creations can do. Sure, he didn't personally create some of the stronger stuff we see, but he's had hands in it. He's modified stuff, made it better. Most you want to say for now is think movie Robotnik, but exaggerate a bit. Something deeply wrong with him. That just sounds like what Jim Carrey already is. They simply fell for a little prank of mine. It was all your doing. The wiretaps, the leaks, and everything else. So if you had been detained by them... That could never have happened, Chief. And I will reiterate, everything I did was for the Empire. Yes, despite there being tons of threatening beings in Absolute Sonic, Eggman will be the most dangerous. Already something deeply wrong with Eggman. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Yeah, that's something that needs to be true. Eggman, that's actually something I really like about Sonic Forces, is, and I feel like a lot of people did not get this same interpretation I did, that Infinite was, for lack of a better word, he's a parody. He's a parody of, like, the original edgy villains that some of the worst Sonic games tried to make. Like, he was a tool for Eggman. That's all he was. He got bitch-slapped by anyone half important to the plot. Yeah, he got a win on Sonic at the beginning, but he basically cheated and it didn't work twice. Not just mentally, you mean his very existence feels wrong. Interesting. Eggman has always felt a little wrong in the Sonic universe. Partially because he seems to be the only quote-unquote human. Characters like Sonic, Amy, and Talkin feel something wrong with what he is. Torso is nearly a perfect circle. I'd say that's not biologically normal. I mean, not mentally, not biologically. I think more implying there's something wrong with Eggman existing whatsoever. Yeah, I've played for an hour, sure. I booted up the game like 15 minutes early. True, your actions weren't entirely unhelpful to our side, so I'm willing to believe you. Just don't give them an excuse next time. Now, back to bigger business. What is the Inspector's evaluation of the captain of the SS Nightmare? Are you interested? That's surprising. Do you trust my judgment? The Empire's Inspector is the eye of the Empire. Those who make erroneous judgments cannot become inspectorates. Okay, actually getting a little bit of, like, 40k Inquisitor vibes about the Inspectors. It's like, if you're an Inspector, you are above suspicion, because if you were a person who could be suspicious at all, you'd have never become an Inspector. One sec. Ah. No. I don't know. I just push him to the idea of not changing Eggman at all because I find it funny. It would be funny for sure. I agree, Fish. In fact, I want to make that also the case with Absolute Infinite and Eggman as well. Absolute Infinite is going to be a menace, completely hateable, even defeating Sonic, and he still fears Eggman himself. Okay, so make Infinite, like, less of a joke. Like, still absolutify him. But hang on to that bit of his character of, no, he's nothing without Eggman. The idea that, in the prequel comic where it's like, him before he got that power, he just gets the fuck slapped out of him by Shadow. And Eggman has to give him that power for him to do anything, and it doesn't amount to much in the long run. Which is why Eggman always planned on, he's gonna lose and I'll just use it myself. But it'll be a good distraction for a while. Really make them think I'm out of the game. No one else should know this better than you, Inspector Lewis. Indecisive, overthinking, and lacking the decisiveness to eliminate risks at once. These are the same thing, but sure. For some reason, he has the ability to lead people. The ability to lead people. Is he someone we can trust? If that weren't the case, I'd probably be in the Sacred Seas underground prison by now. Is this enough of a defense for them? It doesn't matter much to me. Regarding the test subject, Luskus, as reported earlier, we can find the eradication of biological responses. Confirmed. I played Sonic Forces and watched some of the Sonic Boom cartoon. Sonic Forces is pretty good. I mean, that's the one I'm really talking about. Infinite is a threat, yes, but he's still a joke in that he's a joke of a person. Like, he's pathetic, is, I think, what you're getting at. Threw away everything he had for a taste of power, the high of being so much stronger than most people. It's part of how he loses to Sonic, who still has friends and allies. Yeah, it's like, he's a threat, he's dangerous, but he's pathetic. Because that's all he is anymore. He gave up any chance of being anything else. And like, once you've beaten him, he's now nothing. Think Griffith, and what he did to his teammates in the Eclipse, minus the Eclipse part. And that's basically Absolute Infinite. So like, what, wasn't regular Infinite part of like some mercenary company? Did he like, basically devil deal sacrifice them to Eggman for power? Like, gave them all up to some kind of experiment nonsense? And Eggman, like, gave him the successful version of it? One of the Empire's long suffering has finally fallen. Well done. Nice. Regarding the conflict with the Holy Crusaders, Investigations Bureau will not respond officially. Necessary, seek cooperation from the Operations Room. The Operations Room? Director of the Operations Room is known for not being favorable toward me. Might be a good opportunity to build a rapport. Excuse me? You're joking, right? Wait a minute. I want Fang's ass moment with Absolute Infinite. Wait, he hung up? What a cold person. Sometimes there's a part of him that seems just so much like Zeran. Buzz. Yes, this is Inspector Lewis from the Investigations Bureau. Alright, now who are you? Didn't expect you to come to the operations room for help, Inspector Lewis. I haven't sought it yet. Can't believe you reached out before I even went to ask. Has the anger over the previous misunderstanding regarding the operation room's eavesdropping finally dissipated? No way. Just couldn't put off hearing Inspector's apology and request. So, make sure to give me all the details without missing anything. What on earth did you do to earn the label of heresy? By the way, I'm doing like a voice changer thing because they've blacked out the character. The Inspector's operations are classified. Director? Is that so? Resolve it within the Inspector's abilities. Director? Director! Hell, just don't get jokes! Correspondence isn't over yet. Did you hear that? Ha 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 ha. Skip the apologies and requests. Let me ask you something, Inspector. Hearing you say that suddenly makes me feel a bit scared. Stop pretending to be naive, and don't think you can deceive me. The captain of the SS Nightmare may have let your vague manner of speech slide, but I have no intention of doing so. You think I'm hiding something, Director? You encountered the captain of the SS Nightmare in Chaos and rescued him. All the happenings up until escaping the crisis with his help again. I don't think they were all coincidences. Oh? Don't worry, Director. No matter how untrustworthy I may seem, I have no intention of backstabbing you. Well, even if you don't feel that way today, you never know what tomorrow holds. You watched Hazbin Hotel. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes of the season just yet. I watched it before those dropped. But I watched most of it. I do like what I've seen so far. You'll find out if you just wait and see. My pure intentions. Pure intentions? Would you prefer a different expression than my hidden intent? That's enough. End the communication here. Director? Honestly, everyone just does as they please. Oh, were they recording this? Do not like that show, honestly. I think it had potential, but the writing and what it focused on fails its concept. I mean, this season didn't focus on the aspects I wanted it to, that's for sure. It kind of felt like this season specifically was spinning its wheels in a lot of way. Like it was a detour to deal with a side character I don't care about. Like, a lot of people like Vox. I don't. He feels like a mini-boss. He feels less threatening and less important to deal with than Adam did. Like, he feels like... He felt like a filler villain. Like, we were doing a filler season that also had a few canon things just dropped into it. Like, the stuff with Heaven, that was important, but... I don't know. I feel like Vox doesn't accomplish much for the world as a whole. Like the fan art, fan redesigns, concepts people come up with it, and the songs are good. Should have been a Season 1 villain? Yeah, I feel like Season 2 and 1 should have been... I don't know. I feel like fighting Vox... No, you know what? I feel like with how Vox worked, he was not a satisfying season villain. He should have been essentially a side quest for Alistair while Charlie dealt with something else. Because I felt like his beef with Charlie didn't work properly. Like, it felt like he had all the reason to be fighting Alistair. It felt like him fighting Charlie at all was incidental. Whereas it was the other way around with Adam. A lot of issues with Season 1, some with Season 2, but it's still entertaining. Oh yeah, I absolutely still like the show. I'm not happy with where this one chose to put its focus. Should've gotten episodic stuff with new patrons in Season 1. The V's being overarching antagonists, then we get Heaven stuff for Season 2. I can agree to some extent. Like Vox, I agree he distracted the main plot a bit, yeah. And like, I felt like stuff... I wasn't a fan of how backseated Alistair was when he's so important to like the main mystery of the show. Like, again, I feel like maybe half a season's worth of actual developments happened in this season, and that's disappointing to me. For the Empire, huh? Not a bad excuse. Better if it happened that way. Nearly time for the Protost's regular report to wrap up. Nightmare is ongoing. Is he a turncoat? Let's do more of our sloppy gotcha. Mostly like Vox because he's had nothing but banger songs, in your opinion? Like, yeah, that's something you cannot deny at all. Season 2 has had great songs. There's very few that I don't remember, at least a little. Guilty pleasure character you like is Velvet. Love her designs and voice acting. Biased opinion, you wish she was a major antagonist foil, had more focus than Vox. Maybe you're a sinner foil, rival to the main character, who grows in influence and competence as the series goes on. Shigaraki, if you will. Well, Velvet isn't gone yet, I don't think. There's still chances for her to do more stuff. I believe the other two Vs are still active. I do know how the season ends, I just haven't seen the episode yet. Side character you mentioned earlier. Let me see. This is me being biased because you like the character. Plus, Has-Been was supposedly meant to be a female-led show. She could have been the main female antagonistic lead or something. I think that's another thing. Yeah, a little. Side character? If you were talking to me... Did I mention a side character earlier? I don't think I did. A Wilhelmina. I have one of these. Not gonna cry about getting it stronger. Awful lot of nothing out of that. Could get heated talking about Has-Been and missed potential for too long. A little. Imagine them spending time on a side character you didn't care about. Oh, I was talking about Vox. I was saying that's how Vox felt. Like, he feels like the mini-boss who... The entire season was, like, dedicated to him, and I didn't give a shit. Because he did not feel as threatening as they set him up as. He's supposed to be someone on par with Alistair. And that's, like, that's cool and all, but it's like... Neat anthro character designs in this game. Oh yeah, this game's, the designs are really cool. I got interested in this game because it might share its multiverse with Epic 7, that other game I play, because Kayron is there, and he just kind of disappeared from that game at one point, and now he's here. It seems to be the same one, because he's even got, like, the same arm thing. He looks exactly the same. And in, like, his unique gear, another character who can, named Tenebrae. She is a character who explicitly has the power to steal the bodies of her alternate universe selves, which... that's something to look forward to later, maybe. Not like Charlie's main protagonist. Renning is frustrating, she's very passive as a character, she doesn't feel like a true lead character. She's very frustrating in how absurdly naive she is. I get it. A very hopeful character, have that hope, have, like, their biggest strength, their hope, their optimism, also be their biggest weakness. They're naive. I get that. But I feel like she hasn't learned from her mistakes, and she keeps backtracking on them. Like, she did not learn from her mistake in the pilot, that the media could make it look like she was saying basically anything, and that was like half the season spent on her fucking around with that, and it's like, it's frustrating to watch her not get better on that front. So I believe Emily would make for a better, more interesting main character. Always felt naive. This season just felt genuinely annoying at times. Like, yeah, it felt like she was actually just straight up stupid this time. Captain, Arc City has undergone a surprise transformation. Aren't you curious? Nono's on the way to explain everything. You have to wait for me, okay? Promise. I promise nothing. Sub-story, Arc City. Captain, there you are. Brought the additional financial documents from engineering. Here. At this rate, I'll be the first Protoss to die of overwork in the office. It's not just naivete. Charlie is mostly prideful, refused to actually learn from her mistakes. Yeah, still treats sinners as barely people, and refused to actually engage in the issues that got them to hell in the first place. Yeah. And, like, to be fair, the daughter of the sin of pride. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Yeah, no, went to the exact same place as Traveler did. In fact, this season is the first time even the idea of asking people about what they were like in life in order to figure out how to redeem them only occurred now is telling. Yeah. Don't joke like that. Can't be helped. Neither of us has had a moment to breathe, let alone do paperwork. I'll help out a little, so... That voice. Been a while, No-No.
Right? Feels like forever since No-No last saw you.
Brings you into the office.
Choo!
Is that a goddamn Pokemon? He has no idea what she's actually doing. The plot hands her victories anyways. I don't know that it hands her victories, to be fair. A lot of the time, her behavior does get her punished. And she really does have to, like... Absolutely love the voice you give these two. I'm always happy to hear my voice acting's, received well.
No told you she'd visit you in your office. You forget all about me after leaving to look after Arc City? I'm hurt.
No-No's face crinkles up into an expression that's on the brink of crying at any moment. Rinoa steps in to explain. Of course we remembered No-No. Just showed up earlier than expected, that's all. Exactly. Thanks to your managing of Arc City, I've been able to focus on the mission. Really appreciate it.
Really? No, so happy to hear Captain praise her.
More importantly, how is the city? Get heated if you talk about it too much? Definitely, for sure. Like, I will give you that Charlie is kind of having to rely on very powerful people to keep doing what she does. There's some amount of coincidence that she's able to make it as far as she has. But I don't think the story is ignoring that outright. Like, it is a direct result of her failures that things are happening. And I still want to give it the benefit of the doubt that that's going to be properly addressed and she'll actually start learning from her mistakes. It is disappointing that 2 seasons of not learning from your mistakes is... I think sooner than the start of the 3rd season for a character to start really going through development needed to happen, yeah. If Vox was the strongest sinner in hell and lost to Alistair, Alistair had to run from the shark. The shark the strongest thing in hell? I mean, the shark might be able to deal more damage than anything, but that doesn't necessarily equate strongest in hell. Also, the shark doesn't seem to be a sinner. As far as we can tell.
Nono's been guarding Arc City so hard ever since you two left. With the ship being attacked head-on and all, the citizens have become a little more anxious.
Only natural for them to feel uneasy. Not everyone aboard the Nightmare is a battle-hardened agent.
Nono wants to ease their worries, even if just a little. For the agents going on missions into the chaos, their families, and the crew caring for the Nightmare, everyone. They're all precious citizens of the SS Nightmare. Yoo-woo!
Did you just make me ooh-woo, you little bastard? Talk about a heavy burden to bear. Her passivity also bugs me too, and how selective it is. Mostly with Vox. Charlie in the finale basically had to just be passive and submissive to Vox in order to break Alistair's deal, and Alistair had to be the one to actually beat Vox. Yeah, it doesn't... like, okay. Again, it can be a thing of... Charlie is naive enough to still, on some level, believe she doesn't have to resort to violence to get what she needs. She still abhors violence. She'll defend herself, but... Yeah. Like, she is getting lucky breaks by having very powerful allies, in spite of her mistakes. And I think that's something that needs to be addressed moving forward. I will give you. Some reason, Charlie was fully willing to fight Adam, but refused to amp up and fight Vox directly. That was weird. Family unit relocations onto ships are more common than you might think. Help stabilize the agents psychologically. Try to make the boarding process as smooth as possible for their families.
Yeah, Renault is right. Even if they're not on infiltration missions, every citizen aboard the Nightmare is working together to eliminate the chaos.
Is that what we're trying to do? Are we trying to fight it? I don't feel like it has a finite supply. Not like using violence against Vox wasn't the answer, thematically. No, I wasn't going after thematically she was right. I was saying she could have still thought that. Vox was defeated ultimately through violence by Alistair and the other Vs, and the plot treats it just fine. No, I was treating that as a character flaw of Charlie's. That she believes she shouldn't resort to violence to do that stuff, but clearly she's just wrong. That's more what I was leading towards.
Nono wants the people to live comfortably and happily.
I feel the same way.
Nono had a little chat with Elaine. She suggested upgrading the current city management system. It'd help our super busy captain manage Arc City more easily, she said. So just like that, Elaine put it all together right there and then.
Wait, who helped you with what now?
I asked Elaine to upgrade Arc City's management system.
Why would you go to Elaine for that? Beating up Vox was the answer. Just the show refused to have Charlie, their main character, actually stand up to the main antagonist. They had her be passive and had Alistair, the fan-favorite side character, do it for her. I don't know that Alistair's quite a side character. He definitely acted like one this season, I'll grant you. Could be wrong or forgetting something. Does Lucifer ever really do anything to be treated like a bad dad other than be kind of stupid sometimes? He's neglectful. Now, he has a reason to be neglectful. He's depressed. And it sounds like he made some kind of more worse thing, or at least he blames himself for her mom leaving. She was apparently always much closer to her mother, Lilith. Could mention your thoughts about the female character Despair in the show, but again, that'll get more heated and be controversial. That's the kind of thing I never pay too much attention to. So I don't know if I can have that much of an opinion on it. There's definitely a lot of... I don't know. It does feel like generally the female characters are maybe shown in more positive lights than the male ones. But I can still think of plenty of female characters who are treated as absolute bastards with no redeeming qualities. Katie Killjoy comes to mind. Though she's more of a gag than anything else.
She's thrilled to help and immediately made it all possible. She's like, I gotta do something that'll blow the captain's mind, and got right to work. Elaine is seriously so amazing.
It's more like she did it to fuck with me.
Nono already studied the system, so now she can explain it to you too, Captain. Come to Arc City with Nono. Let's go! Cool!
Arc City. Okay, this is a thing I have to do.
How's that, Captain? Now we got a full view of Arc City.
Arc, huh? Is she this universe's version of Arky? Picked a good voice for her, then. Not even positive light, negative light. I mean, female characters being less focused on, not getting anywhere near the amount of depth or intrigue as the male ones. I suppose I can see what you mean to some extent. Charlie definitely doesn't feel as deep and interesting as Alistair. I'd give Alistair the... This is the character I'm most interested in. Like, he's a fan favorite for a reason.
Nona's already registered the places you'll visit often, so you can get there more quickly. One important thing, it's all about preparing for the dangers of space. Take a look in the policy office.
Sure, why not? Calamity detected. Oh, that's not good. Sudden space storm has occurred. The Ark has entered a nearby asteroid field. Damage to the Ark's exterior and inner... Okay, cool, don't let me read it.
Oh no! Safety system is located in imminent danger. If we don't prepare now, there'll be immense damage to the city! Disaster preparation projects have been drawn up. Each project requires a different city management index, so please check carefully before you choose. First project to undertake. I
didn't want to pick that one, but sure. Agents will become advisors. Help to adjust the city management index, making many new proposals related to the policy sector they have expertise in. This is tutorial, I'm not going to keep hurting my throat reading in her voice. At least not without a drink of water first.
Each advisor will assist in managing city indices by submitting proposals related to their policy sector. Press auto... I don't want to auto-arrange, but sure, make me.
Jeez, we're doing Kingmaker shit now? What isn't this game? City policies proposed directly by the agents. Captain needs to review them. Time required and effect on city management will vary depending on the proposals. Read carefully before giving it your stamp of approval. I need that stat up too, so I think downing it's a bad idea right now. If it were above the threshold, I'd go for it, but...
Exchange policy points for various items at No Shop in Arc City. Research note can upgrade various abilities of the research facility.
Effects on policy. Check grade. Higher grade will be displayed to get closer to achieving project goals.
Safe for Arc City brought to you by No and Elaine. No more unexpected dangers.
Being honest, you never really liked Alistair that much. Don't dislike him, just don't care for him that much. I mean, personal preference.
Citizens won't have to live in fear anymore, right?
Thanks to you, No, everyone can breathe a little easier.
Please keep taking good care of the Arc City and the SS Nightmare, Captain. No will work hard too, and behind you all the way.
The nightmare's ongoing. Fair enough. Now let's deal with all that crap. Policy points earned can be used in No Shop. This is all shit I need, I take it. Multi-dimensional alignment material at the No store. Don't like him that much easier. Feels like an industry plant for the cool character. Research notes obtained through policies to enhance various functions. From the first node. Unlock Proto skill, undo current turn. Maximum number of policies to 4. I guess I just have to get this. His thoughts about Alistair as well, like the use of voodoo and stuff. I've definitely seen some people doing that where I can definitely agree. It feels like voodoo is used as an accessory rather than actually looking at the religious practice in an honest light, and I can agree I'm not crazy about that. Like, it doesn't feel like voodoo, it feels like evil magic. Show's trying too hard to make him seem edgy and mysterious, but that's just me. Maybe. Any combatants successfully recover from trauma through psychotherapy by 1. Vacation spot, Paradise Resort. I think I want to save up for that instead. He should have just had music powers because he's a radio demon. Yeah. Now, if you want to say he has Creole ancestry, I don't mind that. Do whatever. Or if you actually want to have voodoo be a part of his character, actually look at it through an honest lens instead of, you know, movie voodoo, which is just evil dark magic. Perpetuating negative stereotypes of voodoo as well, which is not meant to be dark evil magic. Yeah. There's voodoo, there's hoodoo, there's all sorts of things. It's just... I can definitely agree, I'm not a fan of that. Most popular spots, 4 adorable mascot cats, or 1 drink a day, which you can use for recharging ether. Ah, cool. Either get 80 now, or 60 you can use later. That's interesting. Okay. I need stats. Potential discs are cool and all, but I need stats here. Okay, administrative or public order? I have a little more administrative, so I can afford to lose a little of it. Feels like Viv made him Creole just to make it okay for him to use voodoo. And just still use the negative stereotype of it anyway. Yeah, I don't think that was handled properly. Grant you a buff will last a period of time. And it costs this stuff. Probably, I don't see myself using these. That's the kind of thing I'll just look at once and never touch.
Spend time with agents throughout Arc City. Agents who go on excursions as a captain will have their affinity increased. Stories viewed through excursions with agents can be rewatched from the collection. View them. It's all cool. Let's do the one who's currently my carry. Again, music powers would be much more fitting for him because he's a radio demon. His things should be sound-based. Voodoo stuff seems like it's tacked on to make him feel mysterious and edgy. That goes back to Alistair being one of the creator's oldest OCs. Yeah, like... Thematically, why does he have, like, shadow powers? Like, it's cool when he, like, talks through the radio and his voice gets all... disturbed, but it feels like most of his attacks are his shadow doing stuff. Like, shadows, sound, those don't fit together. Those are thematically unrelated things. More if he spoke Louisiana French more than like once or twice. I don't mind that for the sole reason of he's constantly putting on his quote-unquote radio voice. I like it under the idea that that is a fake voice and he's never being genuine with anyone. If that is the actual answer. Maybe I'm giving too much credit on that. I don't think Alistair having an actual radio for a head so you can't see his expressions and have to hear how he feels and emotes. But that's just me. Maybe. But for an animation, that's also a little... That'd be cool for a video game character, but for an animated character, where their facial expressions are gonna have to carry a lot of the acting for good animation, I can see how... I think that'd be a lot trickier than it might be worth in a lot of ways. There's like bilingual characters for some reason. I mean, being bilingual is cool. How do you express your feelings when you received help from someone? How about giving a gift? Preparing a gift while thinking of them? Even write a small letter for them. Talk with Veronica about how to express feelings. Cool. Affinity 2 gives... Oh, that actually gives stat ups. Okay, I was absolutely correct to do that. Absolutely go for my main team for affinity gathering for now, then. If I can find them. Yeah, here they are. This thing that would have been cool and made him unique. It would have been, but... Also, at the end of the day, that's a very far stray from what his character was at the beginning. You can argue being radio-powered at all was different. Every other character has visible expressions he can see, but Alistair you can't because his head is a radio that doesn't emote. I mean, they do it a little bit with his constant, unstopping smile. The most you get is when he smiles more. He never stops smiling, though. Sleepy, but I'll take a quick nap. Captain? I think at break time I get sleepy. It's because my tension eases. You do when you want to have fun but drowsiness hits. Try to wake myself up. Think so too? People do say spending your golden break time sleeping feels a bit wasteful. As long as each person can make good use of their break time in their own way, that's what matters. How you usually spend your break time? Love to learn from you. Spent a pleasant break time. Did not get a full thing of him, though. Maybe I didn't give the correct answer, quote-unquote. Does feel like they're copying Dr. Facilier with his powers sometimes. Yeah, I have to imagine that was some level of... Yeah, and I have to imagine Dr. Facilier is also where they got their idea of voodoo. Captain, what are you staring at? Please zip up your pants. Mole under your eye? Felt like you were staring into my eyes for a while there. Huh? Reminded of that saying that people with moles near their eyes tend to cry a lot? Is that why? Hey, no way, that's to be a myth, right? Maribel and I spent time talking about our memories of the past. No reason not to spend these to get them that little bit of extra attack. Her attack might not mean much, because she's defense scaling, but... Apparently the creator made him before Dr. Facilier.
Either way, they're similar in how they bastardize voodoo. Dr. Facilier is a lot cooler, though. Personally, I don't get Black Man from Alistair. He is supposed to be mixed. You. And again, I try not to get all hung up on race and ethnicity. Try to let it speak for itself. Now, if I start seeing trends, then that changes. Dr. Facilier sings better, in your opinion, too? I mean, that's... Friends on the Other Side is iconic. It is possibly my favorite Disney villain song. Second Rate is the only one I'd argue might be better. And that's from the worst Aladdin movie. 'Cause I think the third Aladdin... It's Keith David. That's gonna happen? Oh, right, Keith David was Dr. Facilier. I completely forgot that, because that is funny. Keith David is in Hazbin Hotel. He's Husk. Second Rate is a great villain song. It's great. It's honestly the best part of that very subpar movie. I think the third Aladdin movie is actually really good. I think it's underrated. I think it does good with Aladdin's father as a character. I think it sidelines Genie in a reasonable way. I like it. I'll probably do these off screen, actually. What is this? Oh, right, it's the team thing. I never like building multiple teams, but in this game it's probably necessary. Probably not that hard, either. Otherwise, Love in a Bottle and Loser Baby are both in your top 5 Hazbin Hotel songs. Those are two of the best ones. I mean, Keith David being part of them certainly helps. And you know what? That's one thing I'm very satisfied with this season, is how much Husk actually got to do. Like, they mentioned he used to be a very powerful overlord before he sold his soul to Alistair, and they showed it off. He fought on par with some actual overlords. Like, he didn't miss a step. He's just still under Alistair's control. And he has a really fun way of combat, too. Where he uses all this magic shit, because he's a performer. Let's do a little bit of this. King Andreas can sing really well. A soft spot for Respectless, mainly because you like Velvet. Respectless is fun. It's a little short, but, you know, I think that actually fits with her character. Oh, another barrel. I also like how Nifty was just like that for some reason. Yeah, I loved how Nifty was just this, like, they made Nifty threatening without, or like, they made her effective without necessarily making her an absurd powerhouse. It's just, she's tiny, she's hard to hit, she climbs up into your clothes and stabs you with a knife. Like, how do you fight something that just does that? What are you supposed to do against that? Another Rachel. This was not a bad one. When you were super invested in the show in Season 1, you used to speculate that Velvet could be the most powerful of the V's if she applied herself. Possibly, she's kind of the social media of the three. I don't know what this thing is, but I love it. Carroty. Is it a tractor? Is this a space tractor? I need to know what that does. This was a great roll. Okay, heavy weapon specialist cards. Ooh, that's actually good. I wouldn't say I'm super invested in the show. Like, even with season 1, I was just a little into it. And I haven't watched Hell of a Boss in a minute. Nope. Stop. No, I don't care you hear. Stop it. I don't care that you hear people. Cut it out. No!
私は夜に咲く黒いバラ。ああ、
Oh.
詩を書いていたわ。
Get a curtain.
趣味なの。
Nifty's fun. Wish she had a bit more complexity to her. Maybe something like Baby Doll from Batman. She acts ditzy on purpose as a coping mechanism. She's fun for what they give her. I mean, she's currently just the comic relief character, but I would still like to know if there's more to her than that. I'd like there to be a little more to her. Not invested in either show anymore. Yeah, I mean, I watch the episodes. I'm just not, like, chomping at the bit for more of them, you know?
自分と似てると思ってるだけよ。
I think I'm more forgiving of the show than a lot of people have been. What was I doing? Partners, right. I wanted to see what that new one does. So, Hunter effect. Start of the turn, damage of one attack card increases by 10% for the combatant. Combatant generates a card for the first time, their attack card damage increases by 10% for one turn. Oh. When they generate a card. You know who generates cards? She does a lot. Manifest some egos while we're at this. More defense for the defense scaler.
今日のメニューが気になりますか？
More shield gain for whatever this is. Yeah, it also powers that up. Side note, the rapier in Baldur's Gate 3 looks like a saber. Bothers your sword nerdiness. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't a saber typically curved? Whereas a rapier is always straight?
私は
Giving up on Hell of a Boss. You'll watch it if you hear some positive stuff about it, but you're done with it until further
詩
notice.
を書いていたわ。
I mean, yeah, it's your call. You can watch or not watch, whatever you feel like. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong for that. More gotchaing, because I want whatever 5-star I'm gonna get guaranteed out of this thing. Show fell to garbage writing? I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't know how true that is. Though I've definitely heard bad about it, and not a lot of good recently. Alright, we got something. Nice meeting you.
よろしくお願いします。
Daisy, new partner. What do you do, Daisy? Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage. But you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. Wow. Sorry, sometimes I'll go into musical mode and I'm not even gonna know I'm doing it until it's over. Okay. Damage amount of the assigned combatant's extra amount by 10%. Combatant's extra amount. I don't know what that is. Assigned combatant draws for the first time each turn using an ability. 20% chance to gain a morale for one turn. This seems very iffy. That effect, some cavalry sabers were straight. Yeah, but generally speaking. And sabers aren't typically thrusting weapons. You can, but it's not like its primary use, whereas rapiers are always a thrusting weapon with a pointed tip.
黒が好きってわけじゃないわ
Like, slashing with a rapier,
自分と
you
似てると
can, but I suppose that actually depends on the rapier. But you definitely best served thrusting with it. Right, a real life character in a musical breaking out into song moment. Yeah, I do that. Genuinely, I'll just do that sometimes.
平和な時代に
Far more often, it'll be stuff from actual musicals.
まあ意味のない
A lot of the time, it'll be from the Count of Monte Cristo musical or the Jekyll and Hyde musical. Those are my two favorites. Count of Monte Cristo is also one of my favorite books. What was I doing? Alright. Wanted to gotcha up to the... Get to the guaranteed 5-star. What do we have here? Need a sponsor. Rosaria.
私が力を
I do love a woman in a suit. Why she's not wearing a shirt, I'll get back to you on. But she's got bodyguards, and that's cool. She's another partner character. We'll see what she does. Oh, ooh, 5-star. Who's here? Who's home? Somewhere comfortable to lie down.
どこか横に
Ah,
寝れそうな場所あるかな
Orlea. Instant controller. It's your exact problem. Character slashes with it all the time. The blade thicker than a rapier would normally be, as well as being one-sided and curved ever so slightly at the end. Okay, so that did actually... Alright, so that's just the pity. That is where the pity is. The rescue merit is a one-time thing that'll happen. Let's see what that partner does first. Ranger partner. Increase damage amount Alright. Use an upgrade or skill card, 25% chance to gain 1 morale for a turn. I mean, I've got a character who uses upgrades, but... Tiny chance to gain 1 morale for 1 turn.
まだ何か
Okay, it's not so tiny, but even at max, it's not huge, and upgrades are a limited resource. There's a limited amount of time. Like, damage amount of combatants extra amount. I really don't know what that means.
まだ何か相談したいことがある
Get these all up to level 10 at least.
私探知されてるんですか
Like, at a point where I feel like some of these effects, I'd rather just have a flat stat increase than this RNG bullcrap. That new combatant, Orlea.
聞きに来てくれた
Let me see your default cards. Attack my minions. You have a heal. Create 2 creation cards. 2 types of cards summoned by Orlea. If a card of the same creature star is in hand, evolves and merges. Evolution can reach up to 3 stages. Okay, so Softy, Swifty, and Sturdy. Sturdy gives shield. And okay, so they all have retain. Okay, that's interesting. They're 0 costs, and you kind of want to wait to, like, dump them all, or you can hold on to them for a while. Okay, that's kind of cool. And then... get all the way up to 3-star where they get really, really strong. Okay, okay, so that's her kind of built-in mechanic. Sacred Sensor. Oh, growth acceleration. So the longer you hold them, the stronger they get, but this can actually speed that part up. That's cool. Annoying. Oh, that's cool. You want one of her epiphany cards where you want a really big hand. 40% fixed damage equal to the number of cards in hand. Create 1 creation star card, retain, change this card to creation 3. Ooh. Yeah, she has a lot of retain stuff, so... Oh man, is she the friggin', old school Hearthstone Warlock? Where you just want to have a lot of cards in your hand, and you just always... That's fun. Heal 200%, activate the retain effects of all cards in hand. Yeah, she wants a lot of retain stuff. Let me see. It's not defense scaling or anything. Yvonne is just decent to have. And the reason is that they already have a scimitar sword type in the game. Yeah, they probably just didn't make the new stats properly. Or make the new animations. Alright, I am going to try to find a place for her on a team. Definitely gonna build her up. Definitely need to find more memory fragment stuff as well. I want to save up to get this, the new vacation spot, whatever. Cafe I'll look at later. But, I think for this session, for my short Monday stream, glad we got to talk about stuff. It was very fun. I think we'll stop it here for now. Gonna stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming if you came. If you didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Bye-bye, YouTube.